Hello, my name is Matthew, and I'm a huge fan of the original Super Mario Bros. 1 from 1985. It's one of the most popular speedruns here on speedrun.com with over 1,000 different runners. And like watching this record come down over the last years has been absolutely amazing. Now, I am on here too, myself personally, way down here. Yeah, we keep going, way down here. Someday I'll go for that sub 5. But I've been distracted lately by this idea that I've had for Super Mario Bros. 1 races. So I love these races. Here's a race from SGDQ, and this whole video is super fun. 4 people competing live all at once. It has a different flavor than the grind of going for a world record from your, bedroom or office or whatever. There's a different kind of strategy, a different, maybe for a lack of a better word, maybe like romance. It's really interesting and exciting experience. But to be honest, this format leaves a little bit to be desired, in my opinion. And it's no fault of the organizers or the runners or whatever, but, if, and it's a big if, like here, just let me pause it for a second. If we had the ability to put all of these on the same screen, that we could watch them all at one time instead of having to switch your attention between the 4 different screens, if you could watch them running like right next to one another, on top of one another, that would be super cool. So is such a thing, even possible? Well, I think it is. And that's been a side project of mine for the last little while. And I was originally planning on waiting to make these kind of videos until I was done. But there's actually a lot of moving parts here. And I think it would be fun to have some videos of the process. The first task is getting the data off the cartridge. And I've done that. I've got a lot of the data off here. And I'd like to go into how I got that data. But for example, the levels, right? There's 32 levels in Super Mario Bros. And these guys are in what? They're in 1-2 right now. So 1-2, the information that I have is very straightforward. They're in 1-2. Okay, 1-2 actually consists of 4 different areas. Actually, let's open one up. Let's open up the picture. Is a little bit easier to talk about than the data. So here's 1-2, right? So you start and this was area pointer 29 or 29 as is hex, where you walk to the pipe and then you go in area pointer C0 and you make your way through. And if you go out this pipe, you end up over here. And this is actually back, funny, it's actually back in 1-1. This is literally 1-1. It's area pointer OX25 and it's just the end of it. But yeah, so back in 1-1. And then the last area is this one, the coin cache, right? And you get that from going down this pipe here, right? Okay, so getting this data was actually a bit of a challenge, but now that we got it, it's pretty cool to have, and we can use it to then get and put our Marios in there. So I also got the sprites, right? So we can take a look in here. Actually, I'll just open it in maybe a more more normal format. So here we have all our different sprites. If I can learn to type, geez. The different sprites. So Mario jumping, right? We had him. That one's OX 14, I think. Pretty common one. I can't see it right now. There he is. So, but what we can do is like, why don't we take him and plop him in here, right? So like, weren't they about over here, right? There he is, and we got the other ones too, right? We got another jumper. They're right next to one another at this point, right? So we can just like build up this view of all of the different Marios at once, now that we have the data out of the cartridge and we have it in this format that we can work with. So it's like a custom live multi-Mario visualizer. So we would, we'd have them all, right? We'd have them coming down and, going around and, you could see them all running next to one another. And if someone like does something crazy and, they end up ahead or behind or someone, in this race, I think someone goes and grabs this mushroom here, right? To give them a little extra insurance, but, then they're behind and, it would be really cool to watch them all, running, at the same time. And
if we really get this humming along, then there's no reason that we'd be limited on the number of different Marios in here. You could have potentially like 8 other people all running at the same time, going through the game. And I think that would be super cool because it's a lot easier for me to watch, a lot easier for people to watch, and a lot more and really exciting because you would have, 7. You might be racing against 7 other people, and you could be racing for points and that kind of thing. Also, anyway, it's really important to me that it wouldn't be a new game, right? Everyone's still playing on the original hardware. They're just streaming their runs that go to a central location where they would be then processed and combined into one Mushroom Kingdom. And we could watch, basically us scrolling along with all the Marios running. Now, I'm hoping to put up videos every so often, so stick around if you want. Next one, I want to talk about how I got all this data here. So, we have all the different area pointers. Getting this off of the cartridge was a bit of a challenge. So yeah, let's open up OX25. I talked about that one. So that's one here. Getting this off of the cartridge was a journey. So I want to talk about that in the next one. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again later.